The world is dead. What once were bustling cities are now lifeless ruins buried beneath shifting sands. Oceans have dried, forests have withered, and the sky itself seems to mourn a planet consumed by death. Resident Evil: Extinction, 2007, is the third chapter in the action horror franchise based on the hit video game series. It began with a virus, engineered by the Umbrella Corporation, unleashed by greed, and spread by carelessness. The T-virus turned people into monsters, and the Earth into a wasteland. In just a few short years, civilization collapsed, governments crumbled, survivors became scattered bands of the desperate and the hunted, and the undead. They are everywhere. But in this desolate world, one woman still fights. The movie starts with Alice, the main character from the last two films, waking up in a shower. She's confused and scared, realizing she's somehow back at the Spencer estate in Raccoon City, where everything began. She gets out, puts on a red dress she finds, and walks into the hallway, feeling like something is after her. She enters the laser room from the first movie. Just before the lasers hit her, she jumps into a vent and crawls through it, ending up in a hospital hallway. It's silent and empty. When she grabs a nearby bed for support, it's suddenly sliced in half by a huge blade. She tries to move past it but is then shot by a trap that fires bullets everywhere. As she dies, 3 Umbrella scientists arrive. One of them is Isaacs. He tells the others to take a blood sample and get rid of the body. They throw it into a pit filled with dead Alices. We learn this place is just one part of a giant underground Umbrella Corporation base in North America. Then, the real Alice narrates. She explains that after the events of Resident Evil: Apocalypse, the T-virus spread far beyond Raccoon City. In weeks, it took over all of North America, and in months, the whole world. It killed nearly all plant life, turned the land into desert, and dried up oceans and rivers. People had to leave cities and stay on the move to survive. We see Alice riding her motorcycle through the ruins of Salt Lake City, Utah. She hears a radio broadcast saying there are survivors. When she checks it out, she finds an old woman saying her baby is hurt, but when Alice looks closer, the baby is already dead. Suddenly, others in the station attack her. They've been luring people to steal from and kill them. They throw Alice into a pit filled with zombie dogs. She kills a few of them and traps the rest. The dogs pull down part of the floor, causing their owners to fall in and get eaten. Alice escapes and grabs her weapons on the way out. Meanwhile, in Nevada, a large convoy is crossing the desert, playing classic rock music. 2 members are Carlos and LJ, both from the previous movie. They joke around over radios and seem like a close group. Back at Umbrella's North American HQ, Isaacs is in trouble with his boss, Chairman Weskier. Weskier demands a cure for the T-virus, but Isaacs says he needs the original Alice to make one. None of the 86 clones have worked. Weskier gives him 1 more week to get results. Alice stops at a gas station, but there's no power. Inside, she finds a journal that mentions Alaska as a possible safe place. Outside, she sees a strange crow watching her and hears a convoy broadcast with their location. The convoy arrives at an old motel. Carlos and LJ go inside to check. LJ gets bitten by a zombie, but hides it. Betty treats him and leaves. LJ secretly checks the bite, knowing it's bad. That night, the group sets up camp. Alice is sleeping alone in the desert. She has a nightmare and accidentally uses her psychic powers to levitate everything around her, even her motorcycle, which crashes. She decides to find the convoy. Isaacs is told by the White Queen, a holographic AI, that a psychic event was just detected in the desert. He suspects it's Alice. His boss Slater argues with him, but Isaacs shows that their latest experiment, injecting Alice's blood into a zombie, has made the zombie smarter, but the zombie still ends up attacking and killing the lab assistants. The next morning, Alice walks across the desert. In the convoy, a girl named Kmart wakes from a nightmare and hears something. She and Claire see thousands of infected crows overhead. The group tries to leave quietly, but a dropped can sets off the birds. The crows attack. 1 woman is killed. Betty is injured saving a girl, and Otto is pecked to death. Betty stays behind to hold the crows back and dies. Alice arrives just in time and uses her powers to create a psychic shield that saves everyone. Carlos hugs her when he sees her again. At Umbrella, Isaacs continues testing Clone 87, she fails, and Isaacs shows Slater, a group of smart zombies. Then, the White Queen reports another psychic burst. It must be Alice. Alice wakes up in the convoy and meets Kmart, who says that's just the name she goes by now. Carlos introduces Alice to Claire, and they agree to work together. Alice tells the group about Alaska. Claire lets everyone vote, and they all agree to go, but to reach Alaska, they need gas, so they head for Las Vegas. That night, Alice looks through the journal and finds a hopeful message. Isaacs tricks the Umbrella system into giving him troops by faking Weskier's voice. A helicopter is sent to track Alice. The next day, the convoy reaches a sand-covered Las Vegas. As they move a large crate, smart zombies attack. Chase snipes from above but dies saving another person. LJ turns into a zombie and bites Carlos before dying. Mikey is killed trying to escape. Claire watches helplessly. Umbrella techs shut down Alice remotely, but she breaks free and kills them all, except Isaacs, who escapes, but gets bitten. He returns to base and is shot by Slater, but the virus revives Isaacs. He kills everyone. Carlos, Alice, Claire, and Kmart track the helicopter to Umbrella's hidden base. Carlos drives a fuel truck into the zombie horde and blows it up, sacrificing himself. Alice gets the rest into the helicopter and stays behind to fight. She enters the base and finds rows of failed Alice clones. She meets the White Queen, who tells her that her blood might cure the virus. Alice finds Clone 88, who wakes up briefly before passing out. Just then, Isaacs, now a monster, attacks. They fight and end up in the laser room. Isaac says he's the future. Alice replies they're both about to die. The lasers kill Isaacs, but stop just before reaching Alice. Clone 88 shuts down the system and says, "Yeah, you're the future all right." In Tokyo, Weskier tells his board that the North American base is lost and that finding Alice is now the top priority. Suddenly, Alice appears as a hologram and warns them she's coming, with friends. She walks over to Clone 88, and together they look out at a field full of awakened Alice clones, all ready for battle.